Hello, my name is Grant Fredericks. I'm a certified forensic video analyst and a former police officer. And like most of you, I'm working from home. Over the past several days, iNPUT-ACE received a large number of requests from investigators who are required or asked by their agencies to work at home in order to help protect their communities or their families. We hope that this 15-minute getting started video will help you if you are new to iNPUT-ACE or if you've been using iNPUT-ACE for quite some time. This is a response for emergency licenses for law enforcement who are working at home on video evidence. Before we get started, let's review for a moment some of the causes of skipped or slow video playback. Thumb drives, CDs, DVDs are great for storing video data, but they just aren't very reliable as a medium to play back your evidence. They simply don't support the bandwidth required to play back video at the proper frame rates. If you attempt to play video directly from these devices, the video may skip or your video will just respond very slowly. So the best practice is to copy any video content from these remote storage devices directly to your computer disk. Hopefully you have a fast disk such as an SSD with plenty of storage. If so, your video should play back just fine. Most of you are likely very familiar with the iNPUT-ACE user interface, but I'm going to touch on some basic functions as a simple review, or for those of you who may not be so familiar, I hope this video serves as a good introduction to the tool. Please keep in mind that there are very comprehensive help menu items that provide a step-by-step tutorial on almost anything that you would want to find in a video examination tool. If we look at the help menu, it's located on the top right-hand corner. And if I go to User Manual, it will open up a vast user manual description, and I can move through the pages with my right or left arrow keys. If I am anywhere in the document and I hold down the Control and then hit the F key, like a Word document, I can search for something. For instance, if I want to know how to crop a video clip, I can hit Crop, and it will take me to various locations within the manual of where I can crop. I can click on these items and they link to those particular areas. So this is how to crop an image, a video clip. We can also crop still images in a report. There are hundreds and hundreds of things that are listed and described in the help menu, so anything you think you want to learn how to do, you can simply search for it in the document. Now let's take a quick look at other basic areas of the user interface. When you launch the program, it opens to the interrogate window. The file list area is contained within the column in blue. This is where you can drag and drop video files, still images, and any other multimedia evidence that we need to examine. For example, this is a folder containing proprietary video from a homicide investigation. First responders recovered video from 7 different businesses. There is a total of 564 video clips. The total size of the files is over 19 gigabytes. In this case, each of the folders was uniquely named with the business address and the name of the business. This folder contains a large number of DAV files. This one has DMI files. Leaving the video clips in their respective folders, we can simply drag and drop the folders into the file list. The folder names and each of the video clips are all preserved with their original names. In this folder, there are 61 unique video clips. In the second folder, there are 404 video clips, and so on. The first thing that you should do once you have loaded your video evidence is save your investigation project. To do that, go to the project actions at the top right-hand corner of the interface and choose Save As. Browse to your case folder and name your project. You will note that the name of your investigation is labeled at the top of the interface. When you make changes to your video investigation project, the name will turn red, prompting you to save changes if you want to. iNPUT-ACE will periodically save your project in the background if you forget to push save. The timeline allows you to interactively scrub back and forth through the video. Let's pick a clip that has some specific content that we need to examine. According to investigators, the suspect enters at 02:13:09. So let's find him. He is the male in the Adidas tracksuit, but we need to fix the time and the date. The on-screen timestamp is wrong. The actual time and date should be March 25th, 2020 at 03:13:09. To change the time in your timeline, click the Edit button. Type the date, then the time of day. You can repeat this for any other camera recovered from any DVR. When you do this, iNPUT-ACE can help you synchronize video evidence across multiple DVRs from any source. Now, when you scrub across the timeline, play the video, or even frame step back and forward, the timestamp is updated with the accurate time. We can now infuse metadata into the video evidence. Metadata could be observations, suspect descriptions, movement, etc. First, let's mark the image. We mark images using a hotkey. It's the M key on your keyboard to mark images. Once you've marked an image, a Mark Frame Assist opens. You can see the accurate date and time is automatically added to the image. You can name the image. You can also infuse additional information into the image data, including a description of the activity, address, GPS information, weapon descriptions, descriptions of other events that are occurring within the image. Or you can add an unlimited number of rows. Perhaps you want to tag the suspect with his gang affiliation. All of the metadata is now searchable, making it easy to infuse data about any image and later filter the images to sort them into specific areas that will later expedite and enhance your investigation. At the end of the Help menu, you can find a full list of hotkeys to expedite your workflow. Using this homicide video, we're going to exploit another powerful feature of iNPUT-ACE. Let's embed images and video clips into a report. The report can be a BOLO, an intelligence briefing, or a full investigation report exposing all of the visual evidence. For this example, let's create a simple BOLO. We've already marked a tattoo on the right side of the suspect's neck. I can use the roller on my mouse to make the image larger, and I can continue to use the arrow keys on my keyboard to frame step forward and backward. In addition, I can pull a viewing window out of the user interface and move it to a second monitor to review full screen to improve the examination experience. When I am parked on a marked image, this red box is visible. Clicking on the box opens the Marked Image Assist window, allowing me to add new metadata or edit previously added information. With the window open, I'm going to add information that will be auto-generated into my BOLO. Let's add more detail. For instance, let's add a description of the suspect. Let's include information about additional tattoos. We can also generate a subclip. A subclip is a small segment of the larger video. For instance, I can add moving video to my BOLO to help someone who reviews the BOLO to observe the suspect in motion, to assist the gait of his walk, as an example. Using a hotkey to mark an in, which is the I key on my keyboard, I have told iNPUT-ACE when I want the subclip to start. Using the O key marks an out point for the subclip. The in and out marks are visible on the timeline. To create the subclip, I use the S key. Again, the hotkey references are available at the end of the user manual. I can now add a narrative description describing the purpose of the subclip. This narrative will also be auto-embedded into the bolo. Now that we fully understand how to create marked images and subclips, let's produce the bolo. Now, rather than take the 15 minutes or so that it would take to create all of the observations in my bolo, I'm going to open the completed bolo project for you. I can quickly open the bolo project by clicking on Project Actions and selecting Load to browse to my newly completed project. When I marked each image, a red button appeared in their locations in the timeline, and the images were automatically placed in a Marked Images group, tagged with the names we designated earlier. The subclip of the suspect entering the building was automatically generated into the Subclips group. By clicking on the Export Marked Frames as Images icon at the bottom of the file list, all marked images are instantly copied into your target folder. The image names are retained. The images are produced from the raw data in the original video. The file list can contain an unlimited number of images, videos, or subclips. The group names can be customized based on the focus of your investigation. To produce your narrative report, including your bolo, click the Tools menu button and select Narrative Report. Several report type choices are available to you, including pre-designed templates that you or your agency can produce. I've chosen the bolo template for this demonstration. Each of my selected images can be simply dragged and dropped into the bolo narrative. The image and the narrative text that I had previously added as metadata appear in the bolo. I can drag each image and its associated narrative text separately, or I can drag several images at the same time into the report. Like a Microsoft Word document, I can move text from one location to any other location, in this case, making room for the video subclip and its embedded metadata. The images can also be moved to a preferred location. Images and video can be edited or redacted within the workflow interface of iNPUT-ACE before you bring them into the report, or you can clarify your images after you've dragged them into the document. You can edit your images within the report by first selecting the image, then hold the Control key while striking the D key to duplicate the selected image. Then right-click on the image to open the Image Edit tool. In this case, I want to crop the suspect's face in order to add clarity to the bolo report. I can easily drag the crop parameters to my desired locations and then drag the cropped portion of the image to a new location within the bolo. I can then engage a host of additional tools within the report to highlight targeted areas of the image. I can deploy a selection of simple tools to annotate observations. The template can be edited to include desired information about your particular investigation. You can also include a call to action in case the suspect is later located and identified. Once your bolo is complete, simply click the Generate PDF button and browse to direct it to your desired location. The bolo is now a completely independent document with all images and video content fully embedded into the PDF. The PDF does not require any specialized software, and the person reviewing the PDF does not need iNPUT-ACE or the original data. Once embedded, a person viewing the document can click on any image to instantly view the original proprietary video evidence. By clicking on the play button for the subclip, a visually lossless copy of the original subclip can also be examined. I hope you found this tutorial for the Emergency At-Home Use License for iNPUT-ACE helpful. These are extraordinary times, and we felt it was our responsibility to help our law enforcement partners be safe, keep their communities safe, and as importantly, keep their families safe. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to review our FAQ page for the emergency license or reach out directly to us at support@inputace.com. No one knows how long the COVID-19 pandemic will last, but we are here for you. We are in this together.